to the rhythm, moves to the sound. Oh, yo, cause I make the beats for the underground. Cause I make the beats for the underground. Cause I make the beats for the underground.
Hi, I'm Sonny, from late June. I make music. Like a lot of producers and musicians in 2012 and 2011, I was inspired by an artist named Sonny who was in a band called From First to Last. And then when I was about 14 or 15, my older brother Michael showed me the Skrillex music video. It's called Rock and Roll, you should check it out. He's like the guy from the band you like. The reason why I did the garden set, I wanted to make something that incorporated every aesthetic element of my music as well as the live performance element of my music, because I hadn't done that, and an A&R at my label had sort of suggested hiring a camera and doing a proper set. So the first track I ever produced was a pile of junk I made at my nana's crib. Shout out my nana. She's still with us, hell yeah. I was 14 years old and I downloaded FL Studios. And the only song I knew how to play on the piano, and I knew nothing about music or piano rolls or anything or MIDI, was the Code Lyoko theme song. Shouts out Code Lyoko. So I made that with a drum beat, and my friend Jack said it was awful. My first gig, it was Basement 2. It was like the second Basement, and that was in 2017. It was good. It was my first ever show, and I had couple thousand SoundCloud followers, and I was like, this is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so sick. And it was so sick. I just think I just had fucked up the mix. And I didn't really know what to play. Just kind of playing what other people wanted to hear, and I think my taste in music back then was really interesting. It's been really hard, that's been a real pain, is just managing a fan base and trying to manage your own ego as you lose a fan base or as you gain a new fan base as well. I've had that. One of the joys I've had last year was that I started putting out music, and I had a song with Pofu and that did really well, and then I started putting out some more of my own music, and yeah, it was kind of like tracking on a downwards trend. And then on Pandora, which is an American only service, the listeners just started piling up because we know someone there, and we had targeted them and made them we wanted that to be like a new territory, and we just grew exponentially on that. In January this year, we had 400,000 monthly listeners on Pandora, which was the most I've ever had. So it was really scary, and it was a lot of fucking money, big bands. So that's cool, but it was also just managing your ego of people in New Zealand don't see that, and people are like, oh yeah, my homies are like, oh, your monthly listeners are low, and I'm like, they're not. It's really weird. And they're fucking not actually the highest they've ever been, but it's on a platform we can't see. So I'm just yeah, weird. But I don't know. That's a pain, and a joy is just trying to manage your expectations and trying to manage what you can get. Yes, independent, I own all the rights, I own all the royalties and all that, and I can pay my collaborators, but if the music doesn't do well, then it's kind of hard to manage. Balancing my life is hard. I'm 28, but I'm a young dad. But I work as a teacher now. I started that this year. Work and I study full-time online, and I work as a teacher at a high school as well, doing photography and visual art and painting. Which has been really, really challenging, but super rewarding. To the point of coming home and being this music shit's not sweet, bro. This teaching stuff's awesome. Managing my time is hard as a parent, man. I'm seeing my daughter as much as I can, as often as I can, and giving her mom a break as much as I can, and doing everything I can. So I'll put my daughter to sleep, and then I will just work on music, watch lectures while, lecture on this screen, music on this screen. I do that. Who knows if any of the lecturers going in, but it stays watched so they can see that I actually watched it, even though I didn't. Who's trying to listen to 2 hours of teaching theory? Not me. This is really bad advice, but the best advice I'd give, and something I've always wanted to say, is that I would just let my whole life turn to shit for music. I would have like the best relationship with my daughter, I would whatever, but I would just like skip sleep, I'd skip meals, I'd let my uni responsibilities fall to shit, and I would, you know, try still be as best of a teacher as I can, but I would like, on my break, make music. Like I've done that. I have 2 free periods on a Wednesday in the morning, about 9 a.m. to about 11:30, and I use that time to make music in my office. If I could go back in time, if I could go and talk to my younger self, I'd be like, you need to stop doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And also, there's this thing called Chill House, and you should start making it fucking immediately, dude. Brother, your life changes. You should start making Chill House music. I'd also just be like, you're on your own path. You'll figure it out. And as much as I could go back in time and give that version of myself the right advice to make it at this point, what I learned creatively and emotionally about myself and my music was the most important. And so I would probably just tell myself, like, dig a little deeper, learn a little more, because there was a time for a few years where I just coasted on the fact of what I already knew and was just making music that I enjoyed. But I'm like, nah, try learn some stuff. Like, why do you have to keep making lo-fi hip hop? Can't you make something housey? Can't you make something drum and bass? Like, just do something different, dude. That's the advice I'd give. As a kid, I had many dream jobs. One of them was to be a scientist, and then to be an author, and then one was to be a video game designer. And then I realized every aspect of what I wanted to do was just tell a story. And music was the one that speaks to me the most. As someone who has synesthesia, lived my whole life seeing colors, listening to music and hearing things, it made sense really quick when I was 14, 15, that it was like, oh yeah, like I could just try and make music. Like I can't sing and I can't play guitar and I can't play piano, but I could just try and make music, and that could be my way of telling stories. So I feel like ever since I was a kid, I just wanted to tell stories.
Would you say telling stories is how you show off?
Oh shit!
Yeah. Telling stories is how I show off. My first gig of show off, wow, felt like a lifetime ago. It was in January, and I had just moved out to here, I think, to start my job at the local high school. It was dope, man, because I just remember the whole night just having so much fun with my friends and having fun at that bar, and just the atmosphere in the community was great. It reminded me a lot of Basement. Like, this whole thing reminds me a lot of like a really well-organized machine and a community with people who care about each other, and that's really cool. And then me and Nate, I decided while him and I were chatting, he was just like, we should back to back sometime. And I was like, let's just do it tonight, man. Like, I was just like, I just want to have good times with like good friends. And it's like, for me, it's like, because I have such bad anxiety, it's not like I must be on stage, it must be about me. I'm like, nah, I just want everyone to have a good time. And if that means like bringing someone on to make sure everyone has a really good time, then it's like, yeah, because I feel like it was kind of funny and it was kind of cool. And that was great. Yeah.